All right, let's get right into it. If you've been on the internet lately, I'm sure you've seen them. These pictures that make our cute little backyard squirrels look like something out of a horror movie. Yep, today we are digging into the wild story of the so-called zombie squirrels.
You know the ones I'm talking about, right? You're just scrolling, minding your own business, and bam! A squirrel that looks like it just shuffled off the set of The Walking Dead. If you've had that moment of, whoa, what on earth is that? Trust me, you are not alone. It's become this huge viral wildlife mystery. And guess what? We're gonna crack it right here, right now.
Okay, so first up, let's talk about what the internet is actually seeing. What's causing this whole backyard nightmare vibe?
Yeah, these pictures they're pretty intense. Social media is just buzzing with these photos of squirrels with these really grotesque, lumpy growths and sores all over them. And you know how the internet is? It's this perfect storm of people being genuinely worried, mixed with a whole lot of dark humor. It's just created this massive wave of morbid curiosity.
And this quote from a user in a community discussion just nails it. They said, "I thought it was just eating something, but then I realized it was on its face." Oh, can you imagine? That slow dawning horror when you realize it's not a nut in its cheek, it's it's a growth. That's the exact moment that takes a weird backyard sighting and turns it into a viral phenomenon.
All right, hold on. Before you start barricading your doors for the squirrel apocalypse, let's take a deep breath. It's time to peel back the layers of this myth and get to the actual science behind these creepy looking pictures. So, the real name for what's going on here is squirrel fibromatosis. And let's get this out of the way right now. It is not a zombie apocalypse. It's a virus that causes these tumors to grow. And while they look absolutely terrifying, this isn't anything new. Wildlife biologists have known about this for ages, way before it went viral. So, what exactly is this thing? Well, here's the crazy part. It's not actually a new phenomenon. For most adult squirrels, it's usually self-limiting. Think of it like a really nasty cold that they can just fight off. Their own immune system kicks in, and they recover. The real trouble is for the little guys, the younger squirrels, or if a big tumor grows somewhere really bad, like over an eye or near their mouth, making it hard to see or eat. Okay, so just to make things a little more interesting, there's actually a bit of a whodunit going on here. There's another disease that looks kind of similar, and it's causing some confusion. Is it fibromatosis or is it pox? You might see squirrel pox thrown around online. And yeah, it's a thing, but it's a completely different virus. Squirrel pox is a bigger deal over in the UK, and it mostly affects red squirrels. Here in the US and Canada, what we're seeing, especially with gray squirrels, is almost definitely squirrel fibromatosis. So, case closed on that part of the mystery. It's the likely culprit for all those viral photos.
Okay, so this all leads to the big question, the one I'm sure is on your mind. Should we be worried? Like, is this a risk to us or our pets? And here is the good news for all of us. The virus is not a big threat to humans. In fact, there are zero, and I mean zero, documented cases of it spreading to people. The main way it gets around is through insects, like mosquitoes and ticks, biting one squirrel and then another. Sometimes it spreads through squirrel-to-squirrel contact, but since we're not usually getting up close and personal with them, the risk is incredibly low. So, knowing that it's spread by bugs, well, that actually gives us a way to help. Let's talk about your new backyard mission should you choose to accept it. Okay, so what can you actually do? It's pretty simple. Step 1, attack the mosquitoes. Go around your yard and get rid of any pooled water. Old tires, flower pots, clogged gutters, dump them out. Fewer mosquitoes means the virus can't spread as easily. Step 2, if you see a squirrel that looks sick, just keep your distance. And step 3, this is the hard part, but just let nature take its course. Don't try to capture it or rescue it yourself. It's safer for everyone to just leave it be. So here's the big takeaway. Zombie squirrel is an amazing clickbaity name, right? But the truth is, well, it's way less dramatic. It's just a weird virus that most of the time the squirrels actually beat. It's a perfect example of how nature can be super strange, but not nearly as scary as the internet makes it seem. You know, the internet basically solved the zombie squirrel mystery, which is kind of cool when you think about it. It just makes you wonder, what's the next weird wildlife wonder that's going to pop up in our feeds? What are we going to spot next?